Assalamu alaikum. So, couple days ago, I was browsing on internet just like any casual day about internet and stuff, and suddenly something came to my mind, and it is about the electric skateboard. Now, the first thought on myself is that, man, you can't even skate. But I said to myself that I want to try and I want to know how to ride skateboard. So I decided to want to pick one so I can learn it. And so then I browsed a lot on internet about many types of electric skateboard and many brands of electric skateboard, and until finally I decided to pick up the Teamgee H20 Mini. And in this video we're gonna take a look on why did I pick the Teamgee H20 Mini. So let's take a deeper look on why did I pick it. My first thought on electric skateboard is going to be like a board, but it has motor on it, which is, yes, that's kind of true. But once my package arrived, it actually surprised me that how beautiful that is within the board itself and the motor itself, and it has a really good packaging. So I can personally say to myself, man, it's gonna be good. I personally haven't ever touched any skateboard before, so I don't really know what's like the weight on it, what's like the typical normal size on it. So I asked Google about it, and it says that normal skateboard were definitely gonna be 78 centimeter until 84 centimeter, which is okay. But I take a look on my board and it's 80 centimeter, which is quite short for electric skateboard. Electric skateboard normally gonna be around 100 centimeter or so, and this board is 80 centimeter. Well, I know because of the mini name on it, it's gonna be shorter, but let's try to not worry about that, and then let's just give it a try. What you get on the box is you get some tools, which is the tool for the track, and then you also get the charger for the skateboard itself and the remote itself. And you got the remote, of course, and also you get some manual guide, which is nice for a beginner like me, so I can understand more about the board. Now, first impression here, the board is really heavy. It's 7.5 kilogram. Man, this is really heavy. I mean, 7.5 kilogram. If you want to carry it around on the public, it's gonna be, for me, it's heavy personally. And then so just like any typical kids that has new toys, I can wait, and then the next day I try the board, and first impression is that I can't ride it at all, which is really bad. But after some hours, I developed some muscle memories on how to, ride just like normal skateboard before, and I finally can able to ride it. Constantly, I feel really stable. Now, I know that this board doesn't have stabilization on it built in it, but I feel like it does have the stabilization on it. And another thing about this board is that it used the latest Hobbywing ESC technology. Some people, and a lot of people apparently like this kind of Hobbywing ESC technology because it's the one who control the brake, the acceleration, the speed, and the remote itself. And the remote, of course, used the Hobbywing technology too, which is quite nice. And I tried it for a couple rides, and yes, I feel really smooth while riding this board. The board feels really stable, even though the truck feels kind of loose once you get it from the package arrive. It feels really loose. I haven't even tightened up the truck, and it did feel quite stable, that's a nice thing to have. And so I did some stuff about it. I tightened up the truck. I tried to, ride with a different style. And I personally enjoy this board a lot. This board can go up to 37 km per hour, which is really fast for me. I mean, I probably not gonna ever ride that fast, but it's good to have that kind of speed on the board that you're gonna use or ride it for everyday use or even for commuting on your city. Now, about the wheel, if you ride it on a really smooth road, it's gonna feel really smooth. But again, it depends on the road because this wheel is made for road use. It's not made for gravel use, which is, I'll talk about it in a second. But I saw a YouTube channel on YouTube making a review about it, and they seems to try it on the gravel road, and they seems fine while riding it on the gravel road, which I personally don't want to try that. Again, about the wheel, it's 80 centimeter, which is quite different from any type of normal electric skateboard, which is normally they do have 100mm wheels. So if you wanna try to find a wheel that is for replacement for this wheel, you gotta contact the Teamgee by email because they don't sell this replacement for this wheel, which is kind of weird. Why they didn't just put it on their web? So if you wanna buy it, you gotta contact it by email because I've tried myself. I asked them, hey man, I probably need some replacement in the future. Do you guys sell any replacement for this type of wheel on the H20 Mini? And they said, yes, we do sell, but you can order it through email. And that's weird. Normally I just want to go on the website and order it by them, but you know, if you want to buy it by yourself, again, because of this wheel is unique, you gotta contact them by email. The brake on this board for a noob like me feel really safe. Why? Because once you kind of hold the throttle to the downside or the backward, the wheel doesn't suddenly stop like you're gonna fall on it. No, it's because of the Hobbywing ESC technology, the brake and everything feels really smooth. And even for a noob like me, I alhamdulillah haven't fall before on this board, which I hope I won't ever fall in this board. This board features a dual motor, which is each one is 450 watt, which is quite powerful, and this board can go to hill that is 10% or even 20%. I personally tried it on some around 20% hill, and somehow it can handle it quite fine. I run it about 70 until 23 km per hour, and it can handle some kind of tight hill, something like that. Crushing in this board feels really nice. I have used this board mainly for traveling around my city, which is my small city in Yogyakarta. It's a beautiful place, alhamdulillah, and I feel happy about it. Now about the road, again, in this city the road is quite smooth for some places, but for some other places the road is not really smooth. So if you ride on the not really smooth road, your feet is gonna feel tremble on it, which is not really nice, and that's why you wanna change the wheel to something like H20 wheel, which that's basically a wheel that made for specific type of road. So I probably gonna want to buy it in the future, but after I look on the price on their web, I feel like no, I think I don't need that. So yeah, I mainly want to use this board for just traveling or commuting around the city, especially on the smooth road, not really smooth road, because I don't want my legs to feel numb after it. So that's a good thing to keep in mind before you buy it. But the battery, surprisingly, the battery is quite big. For 3 until 4 hours charging at one time, you can use it for almost 30 km. I personally haven't tested out that far because I'm still new, but I think that's kind of true. It depends on your weight too, because each person have a different weight. So let's say my weight is kind of not really that big, is 45 kg. And I think for my weight, it can handle up to 25 until 28 km. But again, it's complicated. You gotta try it yourself. But on the website, they say that this board can handle up to 30 km, which is good thing again to know. There are also 4 ride mode in this board, and that's the first one is 20 km per hour. The second one is 30 km per hour. The third one is 37 km per hour, and the fourth one is the same, kind of 37 until 38 km per hour. But the fourth mode has a better acceleration. That's at least what I learned from YouTube, because I personally again haven't tested this maximum speed. Why? Because, please pardon me, I personally don't want to try that. It feels kind of dangerous though to ride a skateboard for that kind of speed, especially in my city, which is kind of small city. But if you guys live in some, say, a place like New York or space that has really kind of big space, I think you can try that for that kind of speed. So again, pardon me, I personally don't want to try myself to ride that fast, but I do try 30 km per hour on a really smooth road, and it feels good. It feels stable, it feels good. I don't feel any wobble on it, that's a good point. Other features that you might want to know, you can just check on their website. I put the link in the description down below. So a couple days passed and I have tried this board for many places. And alhamdulillah, I personally can say that I'm enjoying this board. I haven't found any downside about this board, except that this board is really heavy. And on top of that, I personally enjoy this board. Though the price is kind of expensive for some people, even for me though. It's cost you around $499 US dollar. And that price itself is kind of hard for people that just want to enjoy the skateboard. But for the features that you get, I mean, normally if you take a look on the like low range electric skateboard, they don't really have a big enough battery for you to commute on stuff that you want to go. So additional couple $100 extra there is kind of good investment. I mean, that's again my opinion, but for you, again, it's back to you. For me personally, $499, it's kind of worth it. I do like how they made the skateboard looks really beautiful and nice, but again, the downside is that it's really heavy, 7.5 kilogram, and the wheel replacement is not really, not really available on there. You gotta contact the Teamgee by email themselves. And if you wanna use other wheel from other brand company, you can ask iCloud wheel. they do have for this specific board, but the price again is gonna be quite expensive. It's $159. For me personally, for pairs of wheel for PCs on a skateboard, that's too much. But I don't know, who knows? Probably I'm buy it in the future, I don't know. Overall, with the price of $499, I do like this board. The handling feels okay, the ride experience is really fun, the board feels kind of stable for low ride or even for fast ride. And the truck feels nice, you can adjust it depending on your weight. And another thing I can say about this board is that it looks really beautiful. And the battery is quite big, so it's a good thing again to have on your personal or daily activity. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this board. Again, I probably missed a lot of points in this video, and I'm sorry for that. If you have any question, again, feel free to leave a comment in the section down below. I'll probably see you guys in the next video, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.